What's good? It's your boy Run My Fade, and today we're gonna be going over comp defense, like a comp defense tutorial. So I want to give you guys a bunch of different tips, a bunch of different like tricks, and just show you how to guard your people, especially when running with randoms. So I'm running with randoms in this gameplay, and we're going against a team. So sometimes when you're running rec with randoms, you don't have a squad. So I'm going to show you how to properly defend your player. I had a really good player that I was going up against, and I want to show you how to guard it. At first, we kind of had to figure out what we was going to do. You see, I just slid over the screen using L2 and the N-law stick. So I slid over the screen perfectly well. Great defense for right now, and I adjusted and switched. And then now I just picked up on that man. But as the game progresses, this team was amazing as far as like on defense, dropping. They dropped. They was very patient on offense as well. So I was like, yeah, this had to be a team of some sort because just how they was playing. So we definitely had to adjust. The biggest thing is to invest in a mic so you can communicate with your teammates. So they got like a nice little defensive play, and then of course they got the quick bucket off of that. But invest in a mic so you can communicate that. You can see me two-hand flush, taking it into the basket. But the biggest thing that I wanted to focus on was the defense. So I'm trying to guard this person. He can obviously ISO and cook. I'm playing the sides well, and this man, he actually helped. I wish he wouldn't have helped, and I could have got the stop. But playing the sides, and I'm trying to get that clamp animation on the side. That is the best way. And again, pressing the side again. And with this, he was a great point guard because he played very patiently. That I got way out of position. But the team played very patiently because if somebody pulled up, look at that great steal. But if somebody pulls up, then he can just dish out and hit the corners. So great offense for this team. Like this team, they played very well. They played very patient. And soon as somebody picked up on somebody, then they will left him open and he dotted the person. Look at that. Perfect dot. It's like you cannot help. Yeah. If you help just the slightest bit, boom, the person's gonna be wide open. And on defense, they dropped very perfectly. They played every possession perfectly. Great shot on his end on our point guard. But I played lockdown for majority of this game. So right now we're kind of just adjusting, and then my person is going to run point guard most of the time. But again, I'm playing the sides very well. I got the tip pass animation. And then I'm resetting. I'm trying to give him enough space and then playing. But you see, I'm kind of hovering left and right. He got the blow by with the quick first step, but my man actually helped. So great pick up on that aim. Not too far for the center to pick up on that. And awesome shot. But again, showing this the clamp animation. I'm playing on the hip. Notice I'm playing on the hips and not directly in front of him because he is a faster player. Again, playing on the hips. They pinched, but we was able to reset. And great defense on his end. But you see, soon as you help too much, you're leaving the person wide open. I'm still trying to play on the hips because this person is a faster player. But you see, and great spacing on his end. And he got me. He got me on that play. I didn't know he can shoot. I thought he was just a slasher. So, man, he was a slashing playmaker, but great shot for his. And this team did end up winning. We was fighting tooth and nail, but they did end up winning. But I just want to show you as far as playing defense goes, straddling the player, playing on the sides, and then also pinching. Not playing up too high, but when you're going against a person like an ISO type of person like this, make sure you playing on that person's hip. Also, using L2. If you use the L2, but not too much, but using L2, and then using the R2 to, or if you're on Xbox, LB, I guess, and RB. But using those to kind of like straddle the player. And because this is a lot easier to pick up on somebody when it's like more down court. But for this situation, I had a very fast player. I really don't have a problem like guarding play shots and stuff. I feel like this slashing playmaker, he was a lot more loose. Either he was blue yellow or all yellow, but he was definitely a lot more looser player. He had good size ups, and then he can just dot on the help. So that was a good on his end. But all right, now as far as the offense goes, we played pretty decent on offense. I'm trying to get around him. I could use my L2 and got around him. I thought I was gonna get that layup animation, but I didn't. And they chucked up something, but let's see. The main focus is just trying to focus on great shot on his end, but the main focus is trying to focus on the defense. I played pretty good on offense. Beautiful dot, and I dotted my man perfectly. Now, as far as look again, resetting, playing on the hip, I'm not playing directly because I'm trying to get a steal animation, a body bump animation. So again, I'm straddling as much as I can. The center was ball watching, and then they got, and see, when you play on the hip, you can get the steal animation and then a quick little dot, but great defense on their end, and they closed out and got the block. So showing these clips, I just wanted to focus on how to play proper defense, playing on the side and not directly again, because one, you have to go against animations. You have to also go against if you're sliding, and you don't want to slide as much, and that's why I'm kind of like rotating back and forth, not trying to really press on L2 and then keeping my hands up. See, he's super faster than me, but I was able to recover and I got the block with good spacing. So I was able to recover and get that block, and rim protector on silver definitely helped me out. And we got the bucket. But you can see we're kind of going back and forth here, trading buckets, and good pinch. That's what I'm saying. You can't really help with this team. Like, as soon as you help, again, another bucket. Help defense, and that's what I had to communicate with my team, and now they're ahead of us. But this is what I had to communicate with the team. Do not help. Play on the man. If my dude gets a blow by, he gets a blow by, and let that happen, because as soon as something happens, they get a great bucket. He was trying to get me with that little quick step, and then great shot on Henderson. This dude is just dotting everybody.
He thought he was going to get a blow by, but he didn't.
So definitely getting good assisting. I was wide open in the corner, but it got it to me too late. Trying to rotate in and out the paint, and he was able to get a nice little solid finisher dunk. But pay attention. As you can see the pattern, I'm playing on the hip, corner is wide open. I had to help out. Now I'm resetting to my player, and then they were supposed to reset, but it was a bad reset because he was still in my way to get in my position. I tried to reset back on my man, and it didn't work.
Yeah, I mean,
great sizing. See, if he can shoot 100%, look at that. Every time there's some type of pinch and it's too much spacing, he was just dotting his man perfectly. And then I got a nice little two-hand flush contact dunk, so that was good on my end. Wide open. This man was dotting everybody. He was killing with the playmaking.
Pro AM right now.
If you was just a little bit off, it wasn't gonna work. But as you can see on offense, this is what happens when you're just playing with randoms. I mean, you kind of got to do whatever you can. But as far as defense goes, you can kind of help the team as much as possible, getting proper steals. Most of the time I'm getting at least 6 steals minimum. And see, I got another steal. I'm already at 3 right now. But most of the time I'm getting about 6 steals a game. And it doesn't matter what build it is. This is an all yellow build, and I can still play lock. And I'm 6'7" and a half. And I'm playing against the main guard, I'm playing against the main ball handler. So it doesn't matter as far as like who. Like, I can play main guard, and then perfect little dot. He definitely has bullet passer on, and then I was still in position to get the rebound as well. So I'm working overtime as far as like trying to make this team make it happen. And nice little recovery, and he gets the bucket. So that's good. Playing the hip, and I got, see, again, playing his sides. So I'm covering, playing the sides. I'm baiting a little bit, letting them get a little bit of space, and then I can recover and get the block animation. That's off, and then I'm in position to get the rebound. So I'm definitely like trying to do as best as I can with Lock. Great steal on his end. He read that perfectly, because I didn't expect him to hit me so quickly, but he read that perfectly. We did get the stop, and let's see if we can trade the bucket. He didn't see me for the actual pass. So then I cut in, and then I'm gonna get the quick drop. So,
2 points,
but
man. We back
again, we're just going blow for blow at this point, and it's whoever makes the most mistakes. I'm playing on this hip. I'm not playing straight up. Again, riding the hip. I'm on the left side. Then I pinch him to the right side. So I'm trying to pinch him to a player, forcing him to the other side. Good dot. Yeah. So he was just great dots, but bad shot. He didn't make the shot on his end. But this dude was dishing. That was a nice little pinch. And I got the tip pass, and I got another steal animation. So I'm at 4 steals already. So I'm looking pretty good as far as like lockdown goes. Look at that, forced turnover. And now, so as you can see the pattern, this is how you're gonna play defense. Trying to straddle the player, help as much as you can. And I was able to help on that play so he won't get beat up by the drop step. But helping as much as you can, and then, like I said, especially if you have a play shot, if you have a play shot that's doing left right or some type of left right, then you can kind of still get around that as far as just standing still. So let them left right as much as possible, and you can just kind of stand still, and you'll be able to guard them. And then with this person using a lot of steps and step backs, he's using a lot of like that the newer ISO style where you step back a lot and step left and step right, do a lot of hop steps. You can get around that by playing on the hips. This I didn't play that play very well. I thought he was coming out, and then he ended up coming back in for an alley-oop. So that was my mistake on that end.
Let's go.
But this was a great game. I really have fun playing this game because not a lot of times you go against comp. Usually I just flood a whole bunch of people out, and I'm beating them by 30, 40 points, getting like a whole bunch of steals. So I really enjoyed this game, even though we did lose. It was very comp. It was very slow paced, even though it kind of looks fast paced now. But actually playing it, it felt very slow as far as offense goes. I mean, because look, we're in the 4th quarter and it's only 45 points. Usually at this point, that was a great setup.
That's how you hedge.
But usually at this point in the 4th quarter, I'm at 80 or 100 and something points. So this is a very slow paced game. And it was just whoever makes the first mistakes. He got me on that one. If he was a shooter, if he was a dominant shooter, that would have been a great play. But he dot his man perfectly because, again, they're helping on defense. That's why I say we're at critical moments. When you're in critical moments, just let the twos happen. If he cooks me, he cooks me. Let the twos happen, and we can recover. Again, pinch, he recovered. Yeah. And because it's like I'd rather have my grade lower than their grades lower, because at the end of the day, I'm playing offense, I'm playing defense very well. So I mean, he's gonna get something. He's not gonna get everything, but he is gonna get something. But the main thing, he's dotting them corners perfectly. Like he has bullet pass on Hall of Fame, and he's getting into the people. So this was a really good game. But definitely a close and tight game, and then it kind of just got us at the end. But I really enjoyed this game. But like again, this is your boy Run My Fade. I mean, these are some defensive tips.
Put on the line.
So make sure you watch this video, slow it down if you need to. But basically, what you're going to be doing is playing on the hips, depending on the play style of that player. If you're going against a play shot, most of the time they're going to be left-righting. So I blitz off rip. Most of the time for play shots, I'm blitzing a player from as soon as they take the ball out to drain their stamina. I'm hip riding, using L2 and R2 to hip ride. This was where I should have got a perfect block, but that's 2K. But I'm hip riding, using left-right on the trigger. The L2 and the R2 to hip ride, and then by the time I'll let them get to the 3-point line, and by the time they're at the 3-point line, they're usually lower on stamina. I'll let go of everything, let them do their thing, and then after I'll most likely just get a steal. I'll just stand still, and I'll most likely just get a steal. But as far as this person with the new hop step play style, that was a bad shot. But as far as the hop step play style, another bad shot. You're gonna play on the hips. So as what I was doing, working the hips, and that's what you're gonna be doing for to stop that that hop play style, and then you can get as many stops as I can. But like I said, this is a really good team. Shout outs to this team. And that was a couple of defensive tips. But it's your boy, my fade man. I hope you guys enjoy the video. Like up the video. Subscribe if you're new. And coach just called me a timeout, so throw me that sub. Because we out of here.
Boys, that's what I said. Throw it up. I mean, it's all good. We get back in position. My nigga got his takeover now. What the fuck? They gonna drag the hell out of my ass. No way. I don't even see how that shit said it was wide open. I'm fucking wide in his face. Yeah, that's a good center, yo. That nigga all red. Look at that shit, boy. That was a good game, man. I can't get mad at that. Good job, everybody.